welcome to the Media Zone. Ed and Dave here. Ed and Dave with you. Dave, as you recall, has been making occasional appearances on the Media Zone, but is assuming a more full-time role now.
Yes.
And what did you say? What goes around is old and new again. Or something
I don't know what I said. What's new is old. What's new is old again. What's old is new again. Something of that effect.
Yeah.
As I don't know. Does people even recall my original duties way back in the?
Do you remember what year the Media Zone started?
I can't say. 95.
Right.
Was that right?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't last much longer after that, did I?
You were on for what?
I don't know.
What do you think? A year or two?
A year or two. It's been 12 years since I've had a regular stint.
And then Michael came on for a long run, and the past few months or so, he's been pooping out. And I was going to point over his, he hadn't touched his prop closet over there in many a moon.
He's lost interest. Is that what you're saying?
He's lost interest.
How do you do it, Ed?
In performing. Oh, I've been revigorated.
Revigorated?
With, as we're going to see later on, we can do more and faster with computer editing now, which we just came into a year ago. Thing to jazz up this old material we have.
It is.
Now, tonight we're going to look at Public Enemies and Ice Age, Dawn of the Dinosaurs.
But before that, Ed,
yes?
I need to discuss something.
Okay,
Have you been following at all? I know you at home have. Our fine Senate here in Albany?
It's a circus over there, from what I see. I'm not up on the whole details, but I know two guys flip sides.
Right. Well, Ed, you have these two Democrats. You have Montserrat and Espada. Okay, they jumped ship, joining the Republicans in an attempt to wrestle control away from Malcolm Smith, who, as we all know, he's useless. And some might argue that Espada was unhappy with the pork allotment, the money that they get for their special projects.
Yeah, they were upset about something.
Right, and that would be part of the reason for his rogue act, but I think the reason here is a little consequence. First of all, the fact that Tom Golisano and Al Sharpton, you get those names involved, that ought to straighten anyone's nappy hairs. I mean, that's a problem right there. Golisano and Sharpton. Well, what's even more alarming is that Montserrat has admitted to having some mental issues. He has admitted to this, and he's currently under indictment, Ed. Did you know this?
I didn't know that.
He's under indictment for violently slashing his girlfriend. I think it's his girlfriend. I don't think it's his wife. But anyway, now, of course, I don't know how he can get out of that situation. If he gets it down to a misdemeanor, he can stay in the Senate. But if he's convicted of a felony, he's out. So that could be a problem. Now, we all know about the ensuing court battle that's going on. That's paralyzed the Senate from performing their legal duties. They're fighting like two little bullies in a playground. The mere suggestion that they're acting in the best interest of New York State, as we all know, is preposterous. They're all saying that. Oh, we got to get back to the business of the people. Does anyone recall the last time they've actually done business of the people? These statements made by Skelos and company that they want this resolved so they can once again get back to working for the people is a joke, simply because they've never been working for the people. This has always been about control, power, and the what's in it for me mentality, which is what these guys have, and that's the way it's been for decades. Now, Patterson comes out and feigns anger at Albany's dysfunction. Yeah, Patterson is about as useless as deodorant on Christina Aguilera. I mean...
What? You're going to have to explain that reference.
You haven't heard the statements about Christina Aguilera?
No.
She's a little sweaty.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, she's a little sweaty.
Okay. She's not smelly, though.
Well, I think she gets a little smelly when she sweats.
Oh.
So I don't think, deodorant really helps her much.
No, that's too bad.
But anyway, you have as inept leader as you have in Patterson, you have to set the bar extremely low. And that can lead to disappointment, as we all know. This entire situation is a sham, it's ludicrous, it's pathetic. Now, Ed, as we sit here, simple housekeeping bills, non-ideological bills that don't require these people to actually fight and vote along party lines. They're just not getting passed. These are essential bills. They can't be passed because of this ridiculous stalemate. These have to do with bond issues and sales tax being collected and, Goofy Skelos, first of all, he wants to be the guy that's acknowledged as majority leader before any work commences, which is why the Democrats won't come back. It kind of makes sense.
They're not in there, right?
No.
They're not coming. There's one guy sitting in there. Isn't that one of the turncoats?
Yes, so it makes it 31-31. So no vote is going to get passed because of these clowns. Now, they did manage, of course, to meet and discuss their pay, and interestingly enough, that managed to get passed, so they're still getting paid.
Jeez.
Don't know how that works, but they managed to do that. And remember, folks, we don't have a lieutenant governor. So the next one in line for lieutenant governor is the majority leader. So if it's Skelos, that's the next guy. And we all know, people say, lieutenant governor, who cares? Well, look what we got.
Look what happened.
Look what happened to us. But these guys won't work. They won't come into work in that beautiful building they work in, Ed.
Yeah.
That beautiful building. But I'll tell you, here's something
Uh-oh.
where I go every day, Ed. You might want to hold these pictures up.
Okay.
This is where I go to work every day. Can we zoom in on this, please?
I have a feeling I have similar pictures I could bring in.
There's where I go every day. You see down here, Ed? This is where this is all water from rainstorms pouring into the floor. You see how the reflection off the windows, Ed?
This is inside?
This is inside.
This isn't the porch or anything?
No. Out here is the porch area.
Okay.
This is inside. I'm on the 5th floor. I'm on the top floor. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on what do you call that? The honeymoon suite? The whatever you want to call
penthouse.
it. The penthouse. This is where I work.
This is the 5th floor?
Yes. Okay. Water pouring in. It rained last night. Oops. I hope we don't have to wear our hazmat suits and scuba gear. Okay, Ed. Next picture.
Is that a refrigerator? What is the white
No,
thing?
that's a file cabinet.
So the files are probably soaking up the...
Here's the next one right here. As you can see, these are the buckets holding all the water dripping from the ceiling. These are more buckets for drips, and this is a fan to help dry the carpeting.
Those are recycling buckets, too. I'm
Yes.
sure all the recycling is getting sopped up
Well,
there.
we try to keep them empty because we know they're going to be filled with water. This right here, this area here, is where I sit.
That's your desk.
This is my
there.
desk.
Oh, that's bad. That's a mold hazard with that...
It's an issue. Next picture, Ed. Okay. Here's a better shot. This is it. This is my work area covered up in case it rains. Here's the bucket filled with water.
Oh, no.
And this, of course, is just wet carpeting.
That's your desk
This
there?
is my desk.
With wet... This is bad, Dave. You got to do something.
Wait a minute. This is bad. The Senate won't come to work in that beautiful building. I come to work for this.
Oh, God.
Next picture. I only got a couple more here.
You know, I've been complaining about the temperature in my building. I'm going to say it's looking pretty good.
Okay. Up here is this tarp they put up to catch the water so it works down these tubes into the big filled bucket we saw earlier.
Oh, that's a tube? I was hoping that was an electrical wiring there.
That's the tube where the water will drain out and drip down. This is, of course, all the open ceiling because the wet tile have crumbled and fallen to the ground. More tarp over here.
Has the, in quotes, union been made aware of any of this? I hate to say.
Oh, yes.
And they're too busy planning the next picnic, probably, right?
I don't know what it is, but they know. Next picture, Ed, we got two more.
Two
I
more?
think this is what it's called.
Oh,
The thing on the ceiling actually is a leak diverter. Call 1-800-HOT-HOGS or go to www.newpig.com.
Oh, Jesus.
Here at New Pig at 1 Pork Avenue in Tipton, Pennsylvania. Pig. This is the actual name of the diverter.
I can't believe there's actually a company making. Well, there must be enough bad buildings that they're.
I don't know. And the final picture, they finally got rid of the little tarps and replaced it with the big 12 by 12 monstrosity. And they were going to run this tube across the ceiling, across the hallway into a slop sink. But they realized that the gravitational pull was too much and it wouldn't work. Now, Ed,
Has anybody thought about going to Home Depot and getting some roof cement or something and slapping it on whatever's causing the problem here?
apparently, now I've only worked in this office a little over a year, and it's been happening ever since I've been there, but apparently this has been an ongoing situation for 15 years, off and on, mostly on lately. And we get these floods in our office in the penthouse suite. Now, I go to work every day, Ed. I earn my pay. But the Senate
Oh, jeez.
can't go to work in that beautiful building, which I'm pretty certain does not leak. And these people are in control of our lives.